Hey, everybody. I'm Lisa Nickel, and I'm here with Julie Anderson. We are sitting down to have our first couch conversation. We thought we'd get together today, talk a little bit about a few questions that we get asked in this industry by other agents about eXp Realty. But we first wanted to start off by telling you a little bit about ourselves. So, and why we got into the business, right?
Yep. We've been doing this a while now. Lisa on the real estate side for a long time. When she was a wee little girl, she started.
22 years. I started when I was 12.
Yeah. And I did title work and loans for a long time.
That's actually how we met.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've been friends a long time, and I dragged her into this business.
You did. Thank God. So it's the best thing ever.
Absolutely. So you want to tell your story first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So funny enough, I literally think I was licensed either January 20th or 21st of the year 2000. So I am 22 years in the business. Funny story. I probably have told you this before. When I graduated high school at 18, I went to meet with Dolores Knowlton Brokers, who used to be in Middleburg Heights. And I told her I wanted to get my real estate license. She told me, "You're too young. Nobody's going to take you seriously. This is not the right career choice for you." And I didn't do it. Went into customer service, advertising. I was an account manager for years. And always real estate was always something that I thought about and that kind of pulled at me. So I went through a crappy marriage, had a wonderful daughter, met the love of my life and got remarried, and then had that support behind me to go ahead and get my real estate license. So that's what I did in the year 2000. Have been doing it ever since. So that's how I started.
And so I met Lisa. I was doing title work at the time, and I was her escrow officer. She came through, and we hit it off.
We just clicked.
Yeah. It's important to have a good title company, and that everybody's on the same page. And what's interesting is, so doing title, I had a lot of different agents who, I processed transactions for. And you definitely get to know who the good agents are and who's maybe not so good. And everything of hers was impeccable. Like anytime I got it was always the same. It was always, when you got a new transaction, it always read the same. And she just had it put together nicely. Everybody always, all the information was there that we needed. The contracts were complete, which I had like a pet peeve for that.
Yeah.
It better be complete. Better have your buyers and sellers information and everything on there, because title needs it.
Yep.
So anyway, I was doing title for a long time, and then Lisa and I would get together after, and I said, "What do you think about me getting licensed?" So,
and we've been talking about that for a long time before you did it.
We had, but I felt, I had, I have two kids, and, as a single parent, their dad always helped too, but a single parent growing, raising the boys. So I felt like I couldn't do this job until, I could be gone a little more.
Yep.
So I got licensed in 2016 and started with Lisa at Remax. And, that year it was a little rough of a year for me, because my brother actually passed away in March of 16. So I got licensed in February. He passed away in March, and he was, my best buddy by far. And so it was a kind of a tough time. And he had just started a business with one of his best friends in September, the time before that. So for me, it was this time where I was like, I get licensed. And the day that he passed away, I told him that I had, given my notice at my new job, and that I said, "Don't tell mom and dad." Because it would be like, "What are you doing? You don't have money put away." But honestly, the first year, the reason I got through was from some money that my brother left behind. And I decided at that time, if when somebody isn't afforded the opportunity to live their full life, then that hits you in the face. The only thing I could do that I could think of was, I better get my butt in gear and really, really hit the ground running, because he didn't have that opportunity, and he had just started his own business too with his buddy. So that's all she wrote. And,
She did.
it was a quick thing. But moving forward, Lisa had the smarts enough to start with EXP, and it took me about a year to finally get there. So you started when?
I started in October of 2017. I had heard about it or first approached about it probably in April of 2017. But it was a decision that took a little bit of time to make, even though quite honestly, after hearing about it, I think I knew I was going to do it immediately, but it just took some time to.
Because you had been with that brokerage for how long?
16 and a half years.
I mean, a long
and I was
time.
happy. I was happy. I mean, I had no plans to make a change. So it took some time to let it all settle in and make that jump.
Yeah. And that's for me, I felt like I just got hit with a lot of changes in my life too. So it took me, she left in October or November. Did you say?
It was October of 2017. Yeah.
Okay. And then September of 2018 is when I came on board.
Yep.
And I tell you now, and I told you then, I could just kick myself in the butt because that year of waiting, it cost me, what I would have hit was Icon, and EXP has a program with Icon. And,
my phone was ringing. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's this Apple Watch. I just got this Apple Watch for Christmas. I'm still learning how to use it.
Fancy. She's fancy. So anyway, so it took me a little bit to figure it out, but anyway, so that's kind of our backstory.
Yeah.
And, today we're just going to try and keep this a little short. We're going to do some more segments. We were talking about calling this our couch talk.
Yeah. Couch conversations for sure.
So Lisa, tell everybody about, like, we were talking about the office space, and these are some of the concerns we've heard from people.
They're right.
So we're going to just talk about those things.
Yeah, there are a few things that come up over and over again when I'm having conversations with other agents, questions and concerns that people have. So we just wanted to touch on a few of those. So community, should we put it that way, as far as whether you have office space, whether you have access to your brokers, whether you have a sense of community being a cloud-based brokerage. And those are the things that we kind of wanted to talk about today. So as far as office space goes, I'll be honest with you. I was always the kind of agent that was, although I had an office at my previous brokerage, the only time I ever went there was to either pick up mail or make copies, those kinds of things. I never spent any time there. I've always been the kind of agent that kind of had a home office or met clients at Panera here, there, that kind of thing. So it wasn't a huge transition for me to not have an office. And in fact, I tell people we have the best office because I can go to my office in my pajamas.
And often do.
Or with no pants on, I mean, it's fine. I can go in there and see everybody anytime I want to. So that was not a concern for me, but we completely understand that some people want to have that office space. It's important to them. And there is absolutely no reason that you can't have office space with an EXP. If that's what you want to do, you're more than welcome to. We have some wonderful agents that have office space, share office space with other agents or lenders or title companies. So it certainly is an option.
Yeah. And so that everybody understands, most brokerages, a lot of brokerages that are larger are franchises. So, each brokerage may be owned by someone separate, individuals. Like with our last brokerage, I think they had 7 different offices.
Yes. Yep.
Right. With EXP, we don't work that way. It's all one. We're all under one umbrella.
We are one big happy family.
One big happy family. And so you can have an office. You get it approved through your home office, but it's kind of awesome because it's actually easier. Your office is branded to you and it's brokered by EXP. Yep. So that's kind of cool.
Right. And if you happen to be a brokerage coming over to EXP, you can keep a lot of your branding. So that's a real good point too, because it's not, we don't all have to have the exact same look, although we are the same company.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically EXP stands behind you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. We feel like most of the time I did go into the office more than
you did.
However, I don't miss it. Because I collaborate with other agents. And when Lisa's talking about getting online with in your pajamas, we have what's called the EXP world for those who don't know. And it's, it's kind of cool. And it's like the whole metaverse thing now with avatars and all that. So anyway, lots of collaboration there. We also were talking about workplace.
Yeah. The ways that we stay connected within our brokerage. Because that's another concern people have is, well, do you see people? Do you feel like you have support? Do you feel like you have that collaboration that we're looking for? We
support.
Do. Yeah.
I mean, I can't even tell you how much support there is.
I know. I tell people all the time, I see and talk to and collaborate with more EXP agents than I ever did at our other brokerage.
Yeah,
I really do.
And again, I was in the office a little more, so I saw people, but with EXP, workplace is, it's like Facebook. It's just like Facebook, and
it's actually made by
Facebook. So you can imagine on our workplace, we have all these different groups that you can join and learn about a million things. But it's really cool because there's all these other countries involved too.
Yep.
So you could collaborate with people in whatever. There's a lot of other brokers that have other countries involved, but this is hands-on.
Yep.
If you're a female and you want to join a Power Girls group, there's those in different areas. And it's just so cool to collaborate with people from around the world.
You can go on there and ask a question and you're going to get 100 answers, different points of view, different perspectives. It's really cool. It really is. It's our Facebook workplace for our own company and a way that we all stay connected.
Yeah. And even documentation. I mean, when I think about something I'm looking for, or did somebody, I wonder if somebody's done this before, like checklists and stuff like that. They're all there. If you look it up,
I was just going to say that there's one of the groups is a listing presentation group. And agents actually go on there and put their listing presentations in there to share with everybody.
People actually share.
Exactly. It's really amazing and such a good resource.
I mean, and that brings us to like another resource, and people have brought concern up about this. So we wanted to share the transaction coordinators.
Oh yeah.
For one thing, a lot of brokerages, when you close on when you close a transaction, there is a transaction fee that goes to the brokerage. We don't have that, but we can charge that. So if there's, if we're paying a transaction coordinator, there's money there that pays for that.
Right. Absolutely. And the other thing is we now have an in-house transaction coordinator. So it's huge. And it is, I mean, really inexpensive for what you get. And it can be anything from them taking the deal from the start and coordinating your inspections and your warranties and inputting paperwork and following through on the deal for a really inexpensive price. And you don't have to do it on every deal. So if you're in a busy phase and you want to choose to take advantage of that transaction coordinator, it's there for you. If you just want to do it here and there, or if you want to do it on every deal, you can do it.
Yep.
It's a really good resource.
Yep. And you've got somebody always looking over your transaction. So our broker, we have a broker review. So they always look and make sure your I's are dotted, T's are crossed. That's there for your protection and the broker's protection. So, and all the resources that we have, I mean, we have, a dot loop is what we use usually for our signatures, our digital signatures.
Yep.
We have another program that, keeps all our paperwork intact. And we upload to that
transaction coordination system. And then, we wanted to talk about one of the things I've been asked a lot, and I told you this, was that, what about your brokers? I'm worried I'm not going to be able to go into the office and talk to my broker. I'm worried I'm not going to have someone when I need someone. I will tell you that our brokers, I can message them, I can call them, I can send an email, and we'll almost always get an immediate response. They are there for us like I have never seen.
Yep. I've never waited on something. Nope. And also, I was saying this to Lisa, we have a lot of associate brokers. So we have the state brokers, which we have a couple. In fact, there's three. But there are a ton of associate brokers, and the experience and the longevity of people that have been in this business with EXP that you can ask is it's next to none.
Yeah.
I mean, and I feel like one of the things is sometimes you have downtimes or downturns in business or something weird happens. I mean, there's always somebody to call, and Lisa and I are huge proponents of trying to help people through.
Absolutely.
Because, you get tired or you get burned out, or, sometimes things are cyclical, and we both realize that, like, okay, this is going to be a passing moment, but it really helps to have somebody there to talk to. So
sometimes you just need a good kick in the, what too. So we do that for each other too.
Yeah. So I think, we wanted to just kind of tell what our story is and talk a little bit about, how excited we are about this company. And we're going to continue to do these videos. And the next one, I think we want to talk a little bit about the whys. Why, first of all, I think you all need to know, anybody that's doing this, is what are your goals? Why are you doing this? I mean, obviously you've got to like what you're doing, and that's huge.
Yep.
But what are you trying to accomplish? Because then it helps to know, well, this is what direction you need to go with your business. So we're going to talk about the wealth building opportunities, our commission structure, and further opportunities in education and other opportunities with our company, because there's not just being a real estate agent.
There are many other ways to make leveraged income with an EXP, and that's something that's important to know. So, but we didn't want to overload you or lose you after.
Bore you with our
exactly.
droning
Not
on.
that could be possible.
So we thank you all for watching us, and we really appreciate your time. Like, if there's any questions you ever have,
please feel free to leave questions. Please feel free to reach out to either one of us and give us some comments and let us know how we did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.